Do you ever feel like learning English is just textbooks and tests? Well, we're flipping the script. Hey, running English learners, we dive into today's story to boost your skills and spark some inspiration. So grab your headphones, get comfy, and let's watch and listen to My Accidental Compass.
I'm Alex, and just a few months ago, if you'd asked me about my passion, I probably would have just shrugged. Seriously. High school felt like this giant maze, and everyone else seemed to have GPS, while I was wandering around in a total brain fog. College applications were looming, teachers kept talking about future paths, and my parents kept asking that dreaded question, "So, what do you want to do?" Honestly, I wanted to fast forward past the confusion. It felt like this massive, invisible pressure cooker. Everyone expected me to have this grand plan, this big, shiny passion. But my internal compass, it was just spinning wildly. That is, until one rainy Tuesday afternoon behind the school's forgotten art shed. I was cutting through the backlot to avoid the usual crowd, feeling pretty sorry for myself when I saw it. A pile of discarded junk. Old bike parts, tangled wires, bent metal scraps, bits of faded plastic. Just forgotten stuff. Most people would have just walked past, but something made me stop. Maybe it was the way a piece of rusty chain curled perfectly around a broken gear. It looked oddly beautiful, like a puzzle piece waiting for a puzzle that didn't exist yet. On impulse, I gathered a few interesting-looking bits and stuffed them into my backpack. My heart was doing this weird, fluttery thing. It felt kinda silly, like hoarding trash. Back home, I dumped the pieces on my bedroom floor. I just started fiddling, twisting wires, fitting cogs together, balancing bent spokes. There was no plan, no goal, it was just messing around. My first few attempts were, let's be honest, epic fails. Just random clumps of metal. But I didn't stop. It was strangely calming, focusing on how the different shapes and textures felt in my hands. Days turned into a week. My little junk pile grew. I started seeing potential everywhere. A discarded bottle cap, an old key, a broken earring. I wasn't thinking about college apps or future careers. I was just making things. Weird, small, abstract sculptures. And my friend Maya peeked into my room one day. "Whoa, Alex, what is all this?" she asked, tilting her head. I braced myself for judgment, but she just grinned. "It's kinda cool, like robot skeletons or something." Her simple acceptance was nice, but doubt crept back in. What was the point? This wasn't exactly a marketable skill. It felt more like a weird, time-consuming hobby I should probably hide. Then I saw a flyer at the local library, a community, upcycled art, exhibition, just a small local thing. My stomach did a nervous flip-flop. Show my junk sculptures to actual people. My brain screamed, no way, they'll laugh. It felt terrifyingly vulnerable. Putting these strange things I'd made out there felt like putting a piece of my confused, messy self on display. I almost crumpled up the flyer, but then I remembered something my quirky art teacher once said, quoting Walt Disney, "The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. Just do it, stop overthinking." So, trembling slightly, I filled out the entry form online. I picked my favorite piece, a small, bird-like thing made from bicycle spokes and bottle caps. The day of the exhibition was nerve-wracking. My little sculpture sat on a plinth between a lamp made of old CDs and a mosaic crafted from broken plates. I felt totally out of my depth. I hovered awkwardly in a corner, pretending to study a piece across the room. Then, I overheard two older women stop near my sculpture. "Oh, look at this one, Martha," one said. "There's something hopeful about it, isn't there?" Hopeful, my little pile of junk. A warm feeling spread through my chest, something I hadn't felt in ages. It wasn't about winning or selling or impressing anyone. It was about the connection, however small. Standing there, it clicked. It wasn't about having the right passion from the start, perfectly polished and presented. It was about letting curiosity lead the way, even if it started with literal garbage. Your passion is your compass. Let your ideas ignite the journey, no matter where you start. My passion wasn't some grand destination. It was the feeling I got when I was creating, exploring, trying. I still don't have all the answers about the future. The maze is still there. But now, I have this accidental compass. It might lead me down weird paths. It might involve more junk piles. But for the first time, it feels like my path. And that feels way better than being lost.
The story draws inspiration from Google CEO Sundar Pichai's speech, "Discover more via the link above." Alex's core lesson is powerful. Feeling lost is okay. Your path isn't planned, it's built by doing and following curiosity. All right, wasn't that a cool story? Now, let's zoom in on some awesome words and phrases from Alex's experience. Learning these 10 keywords will really help supercharge your English vocabulary. Brain fog means a feeling of mental confusion or inability to think clearly. Example: after pulling an all-nighter to study, I had serious brain fog during the exam. Looming describes something unwelcome or threatening that feels like it's about to happen. Example: with the final project deadline looming, the students felt the pressure mounting. Dreaded means causing great fear or reluctance, something you really don't want to face. Example: Monday morning meant facing the dreaded pile of emails that had arrived over the weekend. Wish or urge to do something without planning. Example: on a sudden impulse, she bought a plane ticket to visit her friend across the country. Epic fails mean spectacular and often humorous failures or mistakes. Example: my attempt at baking bread resulted in several epic fails before I finally got it right. Crept back in means to gradually and quietly return, often referring to a feeling or thought. Example: even after her success, feelings of self-doubt sometimes crept back in. Marketable describes a skill, product, or idea that is easy to sell or is wanted by employers or customers. Example: learning coding is considered a highly marketable skill in today's job market. Vulnerable means to be in a state where you are easily hurt, influenced, or attacked, either physically or emotionally. Example: sharing his personal story made him feel vulnerable, but also strangely liberated. Nerve-wracking means to cause a lot of worry or anxiety, making you feel very nervous. Example: waiting for the results of the competition was a nerve-wracking experience for everyone involved. Out of my depth means feeling unable to cope or understand a situation because it is too difficult or complex. Example: during the advanced physics lecture, I felt completely out of my depth. And that's Alex's story, My Accidental Compass. Hope it sparked something, maybe helping you trust your own accidental compass when things feel fuzzy. Awesome job practicing English today, you nailed it. Check the links below for extra goodies. Love the story. Hit like and subscribe to Running English. Keep learning, keep running, and see you next time.